Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Craft with Kath, Gnomes and Crafts. Uh, Been a while. Figured I'd pop in and teach you guys how to make a little witchy gnome. Uh, if you haven't been here before, please, I hope you like my page. And nope, not going to say that word. We're going to sprinkle. We're going to spread the love around, as they say. Um, I believe it's the three little dots at the top there, you can get notified when I go live. But enough about that. How about say hello when you come in? I want to welcome you all. If you're new to gnome making, hopefully I will be able to give you some tips tonight. And if you're an avid gnome maker, maybe I can show you something to add to your list of things you can make. And I know it's not Halloween. I know it's not fall. But I am trying to get ready for some fairs this fall, and you can never be too prepared. So I thought I would do a gnome tonight with the witch theme, shooting off the gnome that I made for my son, which is a wizard. But it's basically the same idea, just your embellishments and your colors are going to be different. So say hello as you come in, and I want to welcome you all. I'm going to just step away for a second because I did not grab a cone, because you are going to need a cone as well as a soft body. I am down to my last two cones, so I am glad I have some more coming this weekend. I'm going to set one aside because you never know, it could make a boo-boo. I was cutting one out the other night and I pushed too hard with the knife and I made a big cut in it, but I managed to fix it up and it was fine. So, let's see. Hello, Janet. Welcome, and welcome to you, Pam. I'm just going to refresh my page here on my phone so I can see what's going on because I can't always see what's on the laptop. Yep, here we are. All right. So let me click on it and mute it because I don't want to hear myself twice. Hi, Colleen, and welcome, Pam. So, what I have for tonight, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of the supplies, is the medium size shoes. These are not the size that you get at the Dollar Tree. This is the next size up. I like them for some of my gnomes, and some, the smaller ones, are just work out fine. And there is even, for those that didn't know, there's even a size bigger than this. I don't think I have a small one here to show you the differences. Let me look real quick. No, I don't see one. Okay. Oh no, that looks like it's one of the regular mediums. Yep, it is. But you all have seen the ones at the Dollar Tree. They're probably about half this size. They're a lot smaller. So you're going to need this. You're going to need a cone, a sock body, which I had made some up ahead to do some orders that I had. So I'm just going to use one of the ones that I had made ahead. For those that don't know how to make a sock gnome, what I do is I put in 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup of parboiled rice, or I use aquarium gravel. And I usually buy the white aquarium gravel so that it'll go fine with the white or even the black socks. Then I fill it with polyfill. The size socks I get them at the Dollar Tree, and they're the size 7 to 2 in the ladies department. And I just make them roughly, I don't know, let's see, probably 6 inches or so. No, this one's about 7. I gauge. Some are taller, some are shorter, some are fatter, some are skinnier. It's just whatever I come up with. So then the shoes, the cone, the body, felt for your hat, I use a paper plate. It doesn't really matter the size. I mean, if you had a bigger plate or smaller, you could still make it work. But this one is, in case you want to kind of follow through with what I'm doing, is a looks like 8 3/4 inch plate. Or you could use one of your own dinner plates. Doesn't have to be a paper plate. What else? Fur for your ear, your hair. If it's a boy wizard, then you're going to want more fur for also the beard. What else? I call them the middle ones, the middle foam rollers from Dollar Tree. They're not the real skinny long ones, and they're not the shorter fat ones. They're just the middle size. And I use these for the arms. And for the nose, I use the wooden knob balls. They have a flat side to them, which I like because it kind of, goes on most surfaces real easy. I get mine from Woodpecker Crafts, and I get anywhere from 1 1/4 to 2-inch knob balls because I like the bigger noses. I get smaller ones like for the cone girls that I make with the funny hair, but I usually get this size. And then, let's see, because your scissors, your hot glue. I got some Halloween ribbon to go around her shoes. And I got some fabric, which I'm not sure yet if I'm going to use this or not. To me, which is orange and purples and black and bright green. So that's what I use. Hi Cheryl. Hello Tanya and Cindy and Lori. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So with no further ado, why don't we get playing? Oh, and a craft knife. You gotta have a craft knife, and I think that's it. Those are your main things. So the first thing I do, oh, no, one more thing. You get it. Wire, you need wire. And I get this wire at the Dollar Tree, and that I put in the rim of the hat so that I can mold it. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is what I took is, and I love this. I don't know if you can tell. It's like a silvery gray black felt. I love it. It's not just black. It's not gray, but it's kind of a mixture of the two. I call it slate gray. I don't know what it really is. And the piece is roughly, and it's a scrap piece, but it's probably 19.5 inches by 11. And what I do is I fold that in half, and I put my paper plate on it, and then I take, let's see, we'll go with, I know I got some here. Well, we'll go with this one. I had a purple one, but I don't see it right off. So we're going to go with a highlighter pen, okay? And I'm going to hold the plate down and trace the outside, okay? Okay, and then I can see it, it's just faint, but I can see the outline that I use with the highlighter pen. And I grab my fabric scissors, and I just keep this folded piece together, and I cut it out, obviously, and I'll hold in the two pieces together. I just want to be mindful to make sure I stay in screen. So I'm trying a different way of doing my live, because the last few I have my kitchen light in the background, and it produces a glare. So I just wanted to just kind of try it on my desk. Whoops. Make sure you get both pieces of the fabric. And if it's not a perfect circle, that's okay, because you're going to be bending it and molding it, so it's really not going to show. So then what I do, let me put my light up a little bit, there we go, is I take the top one that has the outline that you can see, and I flip it to be the bottom one now. Let me see, make sure I get it right back the same way so that it's lined up good. Okay, flip it and make sure we lined it up good, and it looks pretty good. Okay, now what I do is I take the wire, I'm going to find the end right here, and then I just pull it out and just kind of straighten it out a little bit just so it'll work with you better. I'm going to sit, because now what I'm going to do is bend this just to make a little loop so there's no pointy piece that's going to poke anybody. You don't want to poke your customer. And then what I do is I put a little bit of glue on the end and let it dry a little bit. So that also is like a little protector on that point so it doesn't hurt anybody. See? Just put a little glue on there. And now I start by just pick a place, and what I do is I go close to the edge, but you don't have to be right on the edge, and I just cover the dickens out of it back and forth. Okay, hold it and fold this over, and just hold it so it will dry a little bit before you move on. I've got some glue that wants to sneak out, so I just wanted to find my, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. My trusty score pal. It's for scoring on cards, but it's great for getting extra glue off because it will dry on the tip and then you just pop it off. It does not stick to it. So paper crafting and gnome making works out great together. Alright, so now I'm going to pull this out and do another little section. Hold it, put my fabric down. So what did everybody do today? Did we do something fun? Oh my goodness, here we go. Hi Danielle. Don't want to miss anybody. Janet, Lori, Cindy, Colleen, Lori Ryson, Tanya, Pam. Carol. Hello Carol, welcome. If any of you, hi Vicki. If any of this is your first time here, I want to welcome you and say thank you for coming over and giving me a watch. Okay, we're going to do another section. This is probably what takes the longest, but it's worth it. Okay, just back and forth it, just kind of keeping it covered so that it's got nowhere to go, and fold your fabric down. And if it shifts and you know it's not perfectly lined up and you can see edges sticking out, all you got to do is cut them after. None will be the wiser. I know I was going to burn myself. Oh, I don't like it when the wire is tangled. Well, I'm just going to See if we can untangle it. Let's see. There we go. We did. Put it over there. All right. Oops, we don't want to make it pleated like that. Okay, here we go. This is kind of like watching paint dry, isn't it? Sorry. Like I said, this takes the longest. The rest ain't so bad. Let's get you back in there. Oops, I don't want you to get caught up in my cord. Can you all see good enough? Do you have any questions? Almost there. I can see the end. I can see the end. Anybody else started fall gnomes yet? I don't think I'm there. I've seen some Christmas gnomes being posted in different groups that I'm in. Okay. Now what I'm going to do as I get close, I kind of take a guesstimate where I am, and then I cut it. I gotta find my clipper. Where's my clipper? Doo-doo-doo. Okay, where'd you go? That's my screwdriver. Use that. Oh, right here in front of me. If it had teeth, it would have bit me. Okay, so right about there ought to do it. So now I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to roll this end over because I don't want anybody getting poked. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I saw something about being fixed in your settings. Does that have to do with me? Okay, we are just about there. All right, I just wanted, as we go along, I may check back with it and see if there's any other spots that I need to fix. You know, like, I don't know if you can see, but right here, this piece here went beyond this side here, and like right here too. So just before I put the hat together, I'm going to go around and trim that up, and any places that need a little bit of glue reinforcement, we're going to do that. Like I just found a spot. Just going to lightly squeeze it together and set that aside, and we'll come back to it. Now, I had, there it is. There we go. Took an antihistamine today and it's drying me out a little bit. Okay, so the next thing I do while that's setting, I take my cone, and what I want to do is hollow out just a little bit on the bottom, not a lot. And I want to do it carefully because I don't want it to break. So this is going to be a little messy, but I'm going to show you a cleanup tip after. And if anybody knows an easier way to hollow this out, you just please let me know, because styrofoam pieces are annoying and staticky, And, you know, so what I do, I just kind of pop out. It doesn't have to be very deep either. You just want it to be curved a little bit so it sets better on the gnome's head. Good way to get out any frustration. Okay, hang on here. Just want to saw some of this out. I'm going to dig a little bit of it. There we go. So that is good. Doesn't have to be any more than this. Okay? I don't know if you can see it, but it's not that deep. See, it's not that deep. Okay? But we have this styrofoam mess, right? And you know how styrofoam can be. So what I do is I take some packing tape. And I keep my trash handy. Right there. There we go. Now I can't get this tape off my fingers. It's all kind of fly away. Yeah, gone. All right. So then I take this and I got a piece cut out. And this one is like another scrap, so it's not perfectly rectangular. And it is roughly, I'll say the shortest point is about 11 inches by 10 inches. Okay, you could use a 9 by 12 piece of felt and it'd be just fine. And you don't need much of an overhang because you're just gonna, you know, be just tucking it around the edges. You don't want to fill it in here, so we're all good on that. So what I do is I run it. Gotta get a piece of that styrofoam off. Ah, hot. Run a strip down the edge, and I do, you know, a couple because I want it to attach good. And then I roll it up just a little bit, halfway there, and I just run another little strip just to hold it where I put it till I turn it around. And then I'm going to run a strip here. Make sure it's dry and good. And then I'm going to cut all the excess off just to make sure it stays on there good. Alright, so just run this around. Okay, and then I got to go up the side. Get rid of the excess. Okay. And then I purposely go past the comb so you have this extra. And then what I do is I put a little bit inside to kind of squeeze it all together. And then I roll it, run a bead up through the center, and pinch it off. There, there's my top. Then I take this end and I just cut, oh, probably every ½ inch or so, strips up to the cone because it makes it so much easier to fold it down. I don't know if you can see, but we cut all these little slits. And then I'm going to run some glue around the edge and fold my pieces down. Okay. sure all of them stay down. And I just force it onto the table just to make sure it stays down. And there you go. You have your comb. All right, your seam goes in the back. Set that aside. Now I go back to this, and I go around and I see some spots where it needs to be glued near the edge, and I go around and do that. Because you don't want any of it coming apart for your customer. Because when we went around the first time, maybe there's an easier way of doing it, but this is how I do it. When I went around the first time, the main thing was just gluing down the wire inside the hat. Now I want to go around and make sure the edges of the brim are all glued together. Sometimes the glue goes right to the edge, so it's not a problem. Sometimes it don't. So I'm just going around and checking my edge to see where I need to add some. Okay. There's a little spot here. Okay, so the next time I pick this up, all I should have to do is trim the edges. Okay, so we're going to set this aside, and now we're going to work on our wedge body. Okay, so let me think. First I'm going to do like a shirt on the inside. Okay, because I just love this purple with white polka dots. I think it's adorable. So I'm setting my little girl on here, and then I'm going to roll her to see how much fabric I need. I'm going to go a little bit past what I need because I want to do a seam. And then for here, probably, let me see, probably here. I am not a seamstress. I plan on learning to be one, but I am not one now. So all my sewing is with a hot glue gun. So first I'll do one at the bottom. It's not too awfully big, probably 1/2 inch. Make sure I press my fabric into the glue. And then I'm going to do one on each end. And what I like to do is just trim off a corner and then fold this over. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're frozen. Hi, Sue Ann. I'll flip this around. I was trying to level this off a little bit. Cut my corner. So if anybody asks me, do you cut corners when you make your gnomes? Yeah, I do. In a different sense of the word. All right, here we go. All right, so now, hopefully I didn't fold up too much. And I'm going to put this way and this way. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, so I'm going to run my glue up here. And I'm going to glue it here. Try to line up my bottom. Hold it for a minute. Okay, and then I'm just going to run some around here just to do a squeeze. Okay, So there's that part. And let's see. Now I want to make like a little coat to go around her. But I don't want it to cover all of her front. So, and this is felt, so it really does not need a seam. I'm not going to worry so much about that. So I'm just going to cut it right there. Hold my thumb there so I don't lose it. I want it straight. Watch out, little girl. Okay, now we're lined up. Right here. Okay. Oh, messed up. It's all right, I can fix it. All right, so let's see, where did I cut crooked here? Right here. Okay. So now, before I do any changes to it, I want to see where I am. Okay, so right there and right there. I gotta stand up for this. I can't see when I'm sitting. There. Okay, now I'm gonna fold this in half. Try to line up the ends. And then from the folded corner, I'm just going to go uphill, about maybe 3/4 of an inch. Okay. Okay, so where's my seam? Right here. There. Just want to make sure it's kind of centered. Right there. Right here. Right here. There. Alright, so now I am going to go up the seam, not up the seam, up the edge. Hang on, I want it down here. Okay, and this one, whoops. Trying not to burn my fingers. I got myself good the other night. Okay. A dab on the end. Oh, I had some on my finger. Hang on. We gotta get rid of that. I can't handle it. Yeah. Because what I'm doing here, I'm getting it off my finger, is just putting a little dot on the corner, okay? And then kind of leaving it just a little bit loopy, if that makes sense. I'm not flattening it out. I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about. Let me see. I gotta figure this out. It's backwards. See how there's a bump there? It's not flattened out. It's just the edge. All right. So now got that. I'm gonna do some arms. You gnome makers know how to do arms, but for those who don't, I take the foam rollers. I pull down the foam on one edge and I take the button off. Okay, there's a button and there's a wire inside. The buttons you can save and color them with alcohol markers or alcohol inks, or probably paint, I'm not sure. And then you can add them to your gnomes or whatever craft you're doing. I put some glue down inside the end that doesn't have the button anymore. The other end still has one. And I just hold it for a little bit because that will just flatten this end, which goes up close to the body so it doesn't stick out. Okay? Okay. Throw that away. Set that one aside, and I'm going to do the same thing to this one. Okay. Then I take some more of the scrap. Okay. You want to cut that just a smidge longer than your roller so that, you know, it's has a little bit extra on the end to adhere to your body. At least I do. I don't know if everybody else does. It gives it a little bit more of a flat area. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut enough to cover 2 arms. This is probably too much. Sometimes, depending on the fabric, you have to cut more because you have to wrap around it more to not show the color of the sponge roller. But this one here, I mean, it's not going to show through at all. So what I'm going to do is fold this in half. Okay, it's not even, but there we go. And then I just cut up the folded edge, gives it a flat seam, flat edging. And then I take this. Now, there's more than one way to do hands. You can make them, sew them. You can add hands, you know, doll hands. Some people add wooden balls. I do that sometimes, but I also use mittens, the gloves of the fingers of the gloves. I don't know if I have one here. Let me see. No, I gotta get a pair. Hang on. No, these don't work. There, finally. I reached in my big bag of gloves and everything I grabbed was either pink or blue. I finally found a pair of black. So I cut the phalanges off here, and that's what I use for my hands. So that said, let's roll. So I can go right down to the edge and I roll gently because I don't want to force the glue out. And if I go beyond, which I did, just cut the end off. And then I do the same thing for the other one. There's your straight edge. So we're going to glue the arm, so to speak, over here. The button end goes here, and then we roll it. I need another glue. And I hope Robin's not watching because she'd be horrified by my glue gun. It is so full of glue. And I know that's like nails on a chalkboard to her. Okay, so what I do, after I do that part, is I put the little mitten on. What I like about these mittens, you know, using the glove fingers, is you can leave a little flap on the edge. See, line it up here. See, it's a little flap. So that if you want to wrap that around a, you know, a bouquet of flowers or a little soda can or whatever, you can. You know, I can't do it with the wooden balls. I mean, you can glue things to them, but I just, this is what I like. So I put a little bit of glue underneath the mitten, okay, and then I put glue all around it on the edge, bottom edge, and then I take whatever chunky yarn I'm going to use and I wrap that around it, and I make sure there's no glue seeping. If there is, I push some of that chunky yarn right into it. Then where the two edges meet, I put another little dollop of glue and squeeze them together. And try not to burn myself. Okay, so there's one. And there's two. The thing is, if, you know, when you do it this way, you know, once you run out of gloves, then what do you do? Pray you can find some somewhere. Or you have to start making some hands with fabric, I guess. Okay. Some of them I've done the wooden balls, but most of them I do this. Hi, Lissa. Hi, Sherry, Tanya. There we go. All right, now there's that part. So now I'm going to glue my arm on, and what I want is the seam to be at the bottom. Okay, it's on my palm of my hand. I squeeze a little bit of glue into inside of the thing here, and then I put some on the outside and smush it. Hold it there for a few minutes. Gosh, I feel like I ate a whole ham. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with this one, but a little bit extra here. So I'm going to cut that off. Again, the seam at the bottom. Squeeze some inside. That helps flatten that out some more. And then add some glue. Uh-oh, did it backwards. That's all right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wipe it off. You know what they say? There's never a mistake in crafting, because you can always fix it with glue or glitter. Okay, I'm just going to hold that here with this silicone so I don't burn my fingers. You can get these silicone, I call it a wand, at Dollar Tree. The glue doesn't stick to it, cleans off easy, and it keeps your fingers safe. I have those finger ones, but I'll be darned if I can remember where I put them. Yeah. Alright, let's let them set. Alright, now, my wooden nose. What I've been doing is I take my nose, and this is a 2-incher one. I'm thinking she needs a big nose. She's a witch. And normally I use my Stampin' Up! Ink pads to color the nose partially. And I usually use Rococo Rose or Flamingo. Just their light colors. But she's a witch. So we got to do green. Okay? So what I do is I open my ink pad, get some color on it, and I start down on the bottom because that's where it's going to go on the darkest, and then just go around and around and around and around and work my way up. Okay, it's not gonna, happen real fast because you don't want it to, or you're just gonna have all these really dark blobs of green or red or whatever color you're using. And I just keep going around, and I only want to do half of his nose or her nose or whatever. Here we go. And these are also makeup brushes that you can get at the Dollar Tree. You can buy some more expensive ones. You can get some actually through Stampin' Up. You can get them through a lot of different craft shops. I don't know how much better the other ones are, but for what I have a use for them, these Dollar Tree ones work just fine. And oh, there, it's not super, 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 super green, but you can tell it has green compared to this side. See? And that's all I do. And then when I'm all done and she's all put together and finished, then I'll put some dots of acrylic paint on it. Okay, so now we're going to glue her nose on. Okay. So it's going on just a little bit above where the collar is folded over. And we're just going to let her lay down for a second so it can finish setting. And while that's happening, we'll put her shoes together. Okay, you lay down by your hat and be good. Shoes. What I do... Oh, look what I found. My finger thing. Okay, I take this and I fill in the bottom to help weight it down with acrylic, with aquarium rocks. You can use beans, you can use parboiled rice. Just something to help give it some weight. Okay, and then after I do that, I take my packing tape and then I just put it over. Okay, you see? So it stays in. Okay. Put a little bit more over here. There we go. Put the cover on it. There. Okay. So we're all done that. We don't need that anymore. Or that. So now I have to do the sole of the shoe. And I'm trying to think.
All right.
Yep. I almost dropped my stuff, but we're good. We are good. Okay. And then I add glue around the edge of the shoe and on the inside. And I set it down to set. There we go. While that's setting, the oh, you know what? I don't think I'm going to use that. I think I'm going to black. The purple sole. I just cut around the bottom. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Then I fold Oh no, you know what? I'm going to do black. I was going to make the shoes purple, but I think I'm going to go black. So, let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. And I'm thinking if I fold this in half, there should be enough for both shoes. Yeah. Cut this excess off because we don't need that. Alright, so now make a strip of glue up the back, smush it down, and then I go close, slowly but close to the edge, probably about maybe 1.5 inches down, and then I slowly pull it and attach it, gently pushing. You don't want to push a lot and push all that glue out, okay? And then same here, slowly but close to the sole of the shoe, pull it and wrap it around, okay? There we go. I always zigzag before I pull it off, okay? And then when I get to the end, still do the same, you know, close to the edge, then I go up and pull it some more. Now see, I can see where it wants to come out, so I'll just take my glue gun and push it back so it doesn't come out when I push it down. I don't know. Fire department's going by. Alrighty. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to let that set while I do the other shoe. I hope nobody's in big trouble. Sounds like they're slowing down. Okay, so repeat. Okay. This is like watching paint dry too. I'm sorry. Okay, see, I can see it's trying to sneak out, so I just push it back, and then gently fold it back. Yeah. Little trick of the trade. Yeah. Okay, I need another glue stick. Have I bored you guys yet? Okay, well, thank you, Betty. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry I missed you coming in. Hi, Tammy. All right, so here we go. Oh, there goes my cat.
Lois. Come on.
Okay,
Yeah.
cut off a little bit of the excess. Come over here, cut a little off there. Go around the top edge. Push your glue stick in. Go around the top edge. And then some squirting on the front of the shoe. Push it down. Okay, push it down. Put a little bit on the side of each one of these flaps. Fold them in. Push it all in. And squeeze it so it glues into the side. Do the same thing to the next one. Go around the edge. Little on the base. Smush it down. Squeeze it. A little bit of glue. Fold it. Push it down. Squeeze it, and there's your shoe. All right, so now, let me see. Okay, now I'm going to put the edging on, and I'm going just a smidge above the bottom. So there's like, you know, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch maybe showing below the ribbon. This ribbon I got from what's called Really Reasonable Ribbon. That's the company. I used to subscribe to them for 9 something a month. You'd get a little pack each month with an assortment of coordinating little ribbons. Sometimes you'd get lace, but it was always a beautiful set, you know, and right around the holidays you get themed sets and whatnot. But you don't have to join the club either. You can just order whatever you want, and they have some, you know, good sales. And they're not like really big rolls of ribbon. It's just basically to have an assortment. You know what I mean? It's not to, you know, get this at, you know, a really thick roll. It's just to get a sample size. Well, actually, probably like what I just opened up. So, you know, if you just want an assortment of ribbon, but you don't want a lot of any one style, they're the place to go. And the name again is Really Reasonable Ribbon. Okay, there's that. All right, so next thing I do, all right, let's get some of this out of my way. Okay, now we do hair. And this is where I'm going to have trouble, because I could not decide. So I'm going to let you guys decide. I'll give it a few minutes to see what you all say. Do you want this peachy colored? It's hard to say, but it's kind of peach colored hair, or do you want gray hair? So I'll give you guys a few minutes to let me know what you would like. Hi Leslie, welcome. What's your preference?
Oh, thank you. What a light.
Yep. Yep. All right, so what are we saying? Always love the gray. Gray. Well, there's 2 grays. It's okay, Joe May. Welcome. Better late than never, right? And you can always watch replay. Looks like gray's gonna win. Definitely gray is gonna win. Okie dokie. All right, so, and this fur I get from Etsy, which is Biana's Creations. All right, where's my fur cutter? My fur cutterer. My fur cutterer. Where are you? Oh, right here in front of me. Okay. All right. Which side should I start? Well, let's start by getting rid of this, so we can use that for something sometime. I want to start making some little mini ones, but just got so much that I got to do. So much to do, so little time. All right. So I'm gonna use my craft knife. Go across and down. Let's see if we can do it. Nope. I think I need a new blade.
Oh, you just got that.
I've used it a lot, so you know, blades don't last forever. It's not cutting like it used to, so I think it's time for a new one.
Should have a backup, eh?
Yeah, I should. I should. I had got one at the Dollar Tree, and oh my gosh, it was horrible. I couldn't get the blade to stay in. It was driving me right crazy. All right, so first thing I want to do is, let me see. It's here. Probably going to cut it right in half. Bet you couldn't sharpen one of these blades.
Small.
Yeah, I know. I know. All right, and I'm going to, see, it's not cutting good. I guess I need a new one. Or a nice little small scissor like Miss Robin has. Good. Oh, let's cut this bead off. There. It's a nice little bead. Something. All right. My brush. Let's comb her out. I mean, she's a witch, but she doesn't have to look terrible, right? Okay. Let's comb her from the back. Get that out of here. All right. So, let's get this on. Okay. I am going to roll this edge down. Get you out of the way so people can see. Yeah. Hello, Cindy. Cindy Brussel. I'm not quite sure how to say your name. I'm sorry if I butchered it. Hello, Jerica. Welcome. And Deborah McDaniel, welcome. Okay, so here we'll, whoops, don't take my cord down, witchy poo. Okay, we're gonna get her hair on. Yeah. There we go. And now we got to give her some hair in the back. Yeah. So we're going to put some glue on here. Whoops. I see some of this threads here. I want to cut them. There we go. Better. Whoops, I almost stuck my fingers in it. Okay. I'll hold that for a minute. We're getting there. We're almost done. I feel like I could drink a gallon of water tonight. Holy mackerel. Okay. Just want to tack this edge down. Will you start grabbing the cord, Miss Witch? And my string. Are you coming alive? Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. You're just coming alive. Yeah. All right. She's got hair. All right, so now I'm going to take my shoes, okay, and take my gravel back here. I'm going to need my lint roller. Okay. And I stuck the little shoes. Be sure to push it down because there are some little gaps in there. They're going to settle. Okay, there's one. Welcome, Deborah, being the first time here. I thank you for stopping by and checking out my page. Okay, now we're just, after we get the gravel inside, I run some glue down the side here to glue them together. And I let them set, put them about back there. Now I'm taking my fuzzies here. Now I'm going to take my hat and just go around and look for any place where it doesn't meet perfectly. And there's not too many spots, but there was a couple. Okay, I think we got it. All right. So now what I got to do, itchy nose now with all these fuzzies. I have to go over my table after with my lint roller. Okay, so now I put my top of my hat on here and I figure, okay, where's the center? And this looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to flip it over, holding them together, okay, like that. And then with my dull knife, hang on here. I think what I'm going to have to do, try this again, make sure I'm centered, yep. Flip it over, and I'm going to take my highlighter and just kind of get an idea. Normally I don't do this, but my knife is really bad tonight. I don't want to miss the marking. Okay, so where is it? Right there. So inside these lines, gotta see where the light is. Okay, right there. Right there. Okay. Because remember, I'm cutting through two pieces here. Yeah, I made a slit. Okay. Whoops. Here. And then here. And then here. Yep, that's good. Okay, so I just need to cut like a little hole in the center just by making an X. Then I take my hat and then I run glue all around the edge. But I'm doing kind of like the inner edge because when I smush it, I don't want the glue all running out. Okay. Oh, my little hand was shaking. What the heck? All right, so now, yeah, got that on. Okay. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to squeeze some glue inside here because when whoops, ran out of glue. When I put that hat on her, I want it to all stick together. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze some glue down inside here and then a little bit around here. Oh, I got fuzzies on my nose. Itchy, itchy. So now when I put it on her, I want to make sure that the seam is in the back, and it is. And then I'm going to smush it down on her head and hold it there while I rub my nose. It's too much fuzzies going on. Hang on here. And I'm going to add some more in the back. Boy, I burned my finger a good one. Okay, let's see how it is in the front. Yeah, we need to add some glue to the front. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue across the top of her nose. Okay. And then I'm going to push her hat into it, because that's another way of stabilizing it, because if you've glued anything onto fur, like the hair right now, when you kind of move the hat, the hair is going to come up with it, unless you have, some more of a stable foundation to glue it to, as so to speak, I guess. Hello, Margie. Welcome. Are you first time here watching the video? Yeah. Okay. So now, okay. Oh, she's getting cute. All right. I also, let me see. I got a boa. And I wanted to put that around the top of her hat. Okay, so I gotta see how much I need. Probably that much. I'm gonna cut it. Get rid of this. OMG. Oh my goodness. It's runaway hair. Can you tell this is the first time cutting a boa? Oh my gosh. Oh, come on. Peel so I could get some more stickiness. Oh my gosh. There we go. Holy smash. Yeah, I think I should have practiced with a boa first. Oh my gosh. That's worse than fur. That is worse than fur. All right, let's get you back in your shoe where you belong. That was too funny. I'm sorry, folks. A little comedy relief there. Oh my stars. Runaway train here. All right. Okay. We're done that. Wow. Okay. So, I'm going to put this here. And we're going to put some glue here. And we're going to stick this in it. So the Red Sox are on again? Are they playing same team? Yeah, don't get too excited. Okay, here we go. Let's run some around the edge here. I'm still laughing at that, Fuzzies. Oh my gosh. I should have known. That was kind of silly not to know that that was going to break apart like that. Wow. Did anybody laugh along with me? Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Danielle. All right, that should do it. All right, so now we got a piece of string. Where'd you come from? There. Okay, so now all I got to do is mold my hat. Good. And glue my shoes. Okay. And what I do is I just move her out of the way so you can see. I just put a layer of this around here. Sometimes I put the chunky yarn around it, but I'm not going to this time. And I just put a layer of this glue. I smush her down. First I move her clothes out of the way. Actually, you know what? I think I will use some fuzzy chunky yarn. I think. I can find the edge, yeah. Okay. And all I do is just add some around the rim of the shoes. And then make a figure 8. Cut it. Put that there. 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 And I stick a body down on there. Now, her arms are sticking out. She looks like she's a He-Man. I will show you here in a second. I just want to let the shoes set a little bit. Too funny. Okay, so let's see. Her arms are kind of sticking out like a He-Man. So what I'm going to do is give her a little armpit glue. Okay, just stick her arms down here. I don't think I have another broom, so I'll have to wait on that, but let's see, we'll do your armpits over here. She's getting there. She is. And Mastropolo Utech. I'm sure I did not get that name right. I just want to welcome you. It's a beautiful name. Mary Rodriguez, welcome. Roxanne Evans, welcome. Okay, so there she goes. I think her arms are good. Okay, now we need to give her some shoelaces. So let's see if I got some purple here. I think I do. Let me see. Probably every color but. What the heck? Oh, what's this? Yep, it's a purple. Of course, I unrolled the whole thing trying to get it. And what I like to do is make a triple bow. Whoops, down there. And tie it. Here's my triple bow. Clip the edges. Put a dab of glue on the back. Stick it on the shoe. Next one. Run it down through. Pull it up around. Go underneath. Pull it tight. There's my second triple bow. Clip that. I think I need to clip it more. There you go. And stick it on the shoe. Alright, next. I'm not quite sure. Oh, yeah, here they are. In here, I have some spiders left. There's another one, another one, another one. I also put them all on. Wish I'd have picked up more than one package. You know, hindsight 2020. Ooh, all kinds. Okay, let's get you down. All right, so let's put one going up her hat. Another one going down. And the rest of them are black, so they're really not going to show up too good. So I'm just going to put one on her sleeve. Probably should put one on her nose, but we won't. Okay, let me see. Put buttons on her coat, and she'll be done. I don't know how I did for time. Let's see, what time is it? 8:20. Oh, an hour and a half. Not too shabby. All right, let's see what we got for buttons. Buttons. Purple or orange? Probably orange. If I could find another one like this, life would be good. Let me see. I will look first. Oh, that would be perfect too. I don't like that one. How about, got an idea. How about we do a purple, an orange. They'd have to be the same style for it to look right. Well, I won't make you sit here all night while I try to find a button. So how about we do that. I don't really have purple. I have, well, yeah, but that don't match. So we're going to go with that. Okay? We're going to go with that. I really should tie in the purple, but how? Find one that would look like that, but I don't think I have one. Nope. Or, heck, maybe. Wish I had it longer than that. There's a purple and a silver. I know what I'm going to do. Okay, we got to figure it out. Hang on. We're going to lay her down. You can see her in all her cuteness. I'm going to put this at the top of her, right here. I'm going to put it in the center to like look like it's holding her jacket together. And then I'm going to do a button here and a button here. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Nope, maybe not. Nope, we're good. I think I'm just going to do that one right there. Maybe a silver one too. I don't know. No, I don't like that. Just going to stick with that one. Okay, then I guess I'm going to call it a night then, guys. What do you think?
Scary.
Scary. So the only thing I do is I'll add to, how can I show this to you? Nope, now we're upside down. How are we going to fix that? I'm going to take my, whoops, hang on. I'm going to take my camera down so you can see her standing upright. So I apologize if I'm going to make you sick. Okay. There we go. That's better. All right. So turn around there, little witchy. Here's her shoes. And then as you go up, she's got the purple. And then she's got the green nose. And then she has the fluffy hair and her hat. So that is her. So what do you think? Yeah, I'm glad Joe's home too. Thank you, Sheila. So I will post a picture of her after, and I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for stopping by and sharing tonight's crafting with me. I hope, my instruction was good so that you'd be able to do it yourself. But if, it was not, you can always come back, watch the replay, and follow along with me. So that's it for tonight. I hope to join you again soon. And once again, thank you for joining Kath with Craft. Kath with Craft. No, Craft with Kath. Gnomes and Crafts. All right, you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for coming again. Bye.
4-3 Boston.